Now, there are even some high-profile liberal journalists. You heard me right, liberal journalists. And yes, believe it or not, a couple do still survive out there in the wild. Well, they're pointing to a pattern of lawlessness coming from the Biden White House and permeating through his entire administration. Glenn Greenwald mocks the Biden apparatus and administration, feigning anger and indignation for what Trump did, while at the same time, leaks are occurring every day from every direction that are, by the way, illegal. Listen.
And all the same people who every day spill top secret information on the pages of the newspapers, or who inside the government pass it to reporters, are feigning this indignation over how Donald Trump treated our sacred classified documents by keeping it recklessly or negligently inside Mar-a-Lago, to the point that he's being indicted, when every day far more serious leaks happen and they don't even charge the person at all. They don't even care to pretend that they're angry about it. This is how you see the politicization of the Justice Department on the other end, where they're clearly abusing the justice system. They want to charge Donald Trump.
Yeah, they want to charge Donald Trump. Glenn Greenwald is right. Now, he started The Intercept. He is a liberal, left-of-center journalist who routinely now calls out his former colleagues on the left. By the way, while the latest distraction is dragged across the American media landscape, the whistleblowers are getting larger in number and louder in their cries at David Weiss, the state's attorney investigating Hunter Biden and the Biden family corruption scandal that involves numerous allegations of bribery and money laundering. Well, the newest whistleblower, known only as Mr. X, he says Weiss had no authority to do much of anything and had to run everything past his higher-ups, which, by the way, was confirmed, as I just mentioned a moment ago, in an article published by the New York Times yesterday. Weiss denies that he was a kept man on a leash, leading all the way to AG Merrick Garland and ultimately Joe Biden. And that's why you can expect him to face hard questions from Republicans in the U.S. House about what his role really has been in the Hunter Biden corruption investigation, which reminds me of something, by the way. It reminded me, when I was working on this yesterday, it reminded me, back in the 1970s, Joe Biden joked about whether or not he was corrupt. And then he outlined a system where the money is always in play. Listen to this classic clip.
Senator Biden, welcome to the Advocates.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Senator Biden, it's nice to have you here. As the youngest member of the Senate, the one, therefore, who may expect the longest career there, I wonder if you'd say to us, since it's clear that you're not corrupt and you got elected, why should people think that the system produces corrupt results when there you are?
Well, I'm not sure you should assume I'm not corrupt, but thank you for that, though. The system does produce corruption, and I think implicit in the system is corruption, when in fact, whether or not you can run for public office, and it costs a great deal of money to run for the United States Senate, even from a small state like Delaware, you have to go to those people who have money, and they always want something.
Yeah, Joe Biden, I'm not sure you should assume I'm not corrupt. I don't, Joe. I assume quite the opposite. I assume you are completely corrupt.